In 2005, I was diagnosed with endometrial cancer. I went through 2 surgeries, chemo, radiation. I was told in the hospital following my first surgery by my physician, who had absolutely no idea I had cancer. It came as a shock to both of us, and I immediately felt encased in ice because it was the last thing I ever expected to hear. It was amazing. I didn't feel sick. I didn't feel like I had cancer. I didn't even know at that time that to me cancer was one disease. I had no idea that there were so many different kinds of cancer. I had a lot to learn in a short period of time. And I didn't know if I was going to live out the weekend. We went to lunch, I couldn't even eat. I was so shocked, frightened. And then I thought for a while. I thought I had a choice. If I died, it was going to be okay. I knew where I was going. If I lived, well, that was a good thing too. I got to be with my family longer. So I concluded I was in a win-win situation. So whatever was going to happen, it was going to be okay. But I didn't realize what a long road I had. I thought this would be something that I could learn from. I felt fine. I felt maybe not 100% well, but I didn't feel sick like the flu or a cold or what I associated with being sick. And that to me was what was strange about having cancer. People would look at me like I had one foot in the grave, and I felt okay. I had problems trying to figure out how to handle that, what to do with that. I wasn't afraid, even though I was told that my cancer was very aggressive and it's a good thing they caught it on time and oh, phew. But I still felt fine. The disconnect was weird. I've been asked what kind of fears, what was I afraid of during this time? When I was first diagnosed, I was afraid of the unknown. And so I gathered information. When I was going through treatment, there wasn't a whole lot I was afraid of at that time because I was so busy trying to get through treatment. After treatment, after I was dropped in this void of not seeing the doctor anymore, everyone expecting everything to be back to normal, that's when I was afraid of recurrence because I was told it was a pretty good possibility. And they give you percentages, which really don't mean anything, but it was this dragon behind the door. Following their treatment, when everything is said and done, their friends and family expect them to live as if this had never happened, that life is now back to normal, which it never will be for them. They want to erase the whole experience from probably their minds, but also from the person that went through it. That's unrealistic. It frustrates the survivor that they can talk, there's no one to talk to that understands what they've been through. I think that's why it's very important that if you are a survivor and you can talk about it, you should. People should be able to see that there are survivors, that people do go through this and not only survive, they thrive. That there were positive things that came out of this experience. It wasn't all negative. You're grateful, not just because you're the boy who lived, but you're grateful that you wake up to a beautiful day. You're grateful that you have a roof over your head and food on your table and things that you might not notice otherwise. You're grateful that you have a family, people that have stuck with you, that have believed in you and survived with you. You're grateful that things are now back in their proper place. You give people more grace. You allow them to fail. You allow them to be themselves. You notice people. Everybody becomes more precious. Life